In a Pokemon game where it's supposed to be you catching whatever Pokemon you like, seeing which ones that you grow a bond with and challenging the Elite Four, becoming champion, and in some cases going to the Battle Frontier, Pokemon Emerald has a serious problem in terms of what Pokemon you can use. There's a clause that some people like to call the dual-purpose useless clause, and it just really boils down to how they designed a Pokemon in Hoenn and why it just has never worked at all. So imagine this, you just start a new game in Hoenn, likely in Generation 3, and obviously your main goal would be becoming champion, getting powerful Pokemon you want to use. But then you see that a lot of Pokemon that you like simply don't work. So in this video, we're going to take a look at Hoenn's problem and why a lot of their Pokemon simply aren't functional, starting with my least favorite, Medicham. Medicham is a Pokemon that in practice would be quite useful. It is fighting Psychic type, both very useful types in Hoenn. Gardevoir and Alakazam are widely used, along with Hariyama, Blaziken, and Breloom. The issue is that this is before the physical special split, and it's not a starter or pseudo-legendary, so when it comes to the stats of this Pokemon, it can't be too high or too low. Okay, so now let's look at the moveset of Psychic, Brick Break, Calm Mind, and Bulk Up. Let's say that you are fighting just any major battle after you can unlock Medicham and get all of these TMs and moves. Let's say you want to use Bulk Up, for example. Well, special moves still are horrific, your defenses and offenses still aren't all that great despite the buffs of your defense and attack, and Blaziken would do much better with more speed and more attack. Let's say Breloom. Let's say you have Breloom instead. With Giga Drain for more healing, then you can have your Bulk Ups with Brick Break, maybe even Sky Uppercut. Calm Mind, for example. Gardevoir is a really good candidate for Calm Mind because not only is it the best Psychic user in Hoenn, it's also the best Thunder user. Most people give Thunderbolt to Gardevoir instead of using an Electric type because Gardevoir gets what? Calm Mind. So if you get the perfect moveset for your Medicham, let's say you've used Bulk Up 3 times. Great, you will have to use healing items during this because you're still not going to be all that strong, and then by the time your defense and attack is still super high, what if they just have special moves that are super effective, or just neutral psychics that will still hit you well? Then you gotta use Calm Mind, and use more potions there, so by the time I have my completely maxed out Medicham that's taken me about 12 turns to do, I have Gardevoir or Blaziken that used a setup move maybe once or twice, if none at all maybe, and they've already swept that fight. So a 5-second fight could take 5 minutes just for the setup alone. Sorry for the brief interruption, but if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I have 102 subscribers at the moment. I'm currently doing a 100 subscriber special Nuzlocke. I really enjoy the family I've been making and enjoy the video. And as for an even worse Pokemon, you have Shiftry. 80 speed and 100 attack and 90 special. That seems pretty okay. 90 HP even then could be seen as good. But 60 in both defenses means that you will almost always be one-shot no matter what you're facing, whether it's neutral or super effective. 90 special attack seems good, but why is there 100 in physical attack in a Generation 3 Mon that is grass and dark? Special attacking moves. Okay, so 100 base stats, completely wasted in my attack, but hey, 90 special and 80 speed. Seems like it could be useful. So what are my best offensive moves? Bullet Seed and 60 base power Giga Drain, and for dark moves, the best thing you have is 40 base power Thief. I am not joking. They could have made this thing, hypothetically speaking, 100 defense, 90 special defense, 60 in both offenses, and made it just a bulky Pokemon with 90 HP and speed, so it's fast and bulky, and then maybe do something with Giga Drain and Thief as like a gimmick, but no, they went for the offensive side with weak moves, and it will never take a single hit. Shiftry doesn't work. Okay, I get it, fine. I can't use Medicham and I can't use Shiftry, you say. But, Crawdaunt's right there, and I've seen Crawdaunt in the anime do some pretty impressive things. It's even on some powerful people's teams like Archie. Is Crawdaunt any good? No. Crawdaunt is not good. Crawdaunt and Sharpedo are on the same boat on this list, but I'm gonna go with Crawdaunt because it's even more devastating. Crawdaunt is one of my favorite water-type Pokemon, and look at this. 55 special defense and 55 speed. A Pichu with Nuzzle is one-shotting you. Not to mention that 85 defense and 63 speed, you might think that 85 defense is passable, but with that HP, it isn't doing you any good. And with Shiftry, yet again, 2 special offensive types with 120 attack and 90 special attack. What you could do is strong Surfs, but every single water type can do that. Gyarados, worse special attack, but you have Intimidate, and Surf still hits relatively hard just because Gyarados is easy to train up. Thief, again, your best offensive move. No one's doing anything with Thief, so you have a Dark type Pokemon that will do worse Dark offense than a Mightyena, a Surf user that's not even that good at using Surf compared to other Pokemon, and 120 attack that you could use with like Double Edge, but at that point, just use like Slacking or Vigoroth, maybe even like Snorlax if you have a Cursed Snorlax set. Why would you use a Crawdaunt, a Pokemon that is incredibly tedious to use defensively? It's very slow, and the best thing you can feasibly do with it is a recoiled Double Edge. Now for the Pokemon on the list I will get the most backlash for, Sceptile. Sceptile struggles not only because a lot of points are wasted in its attack, I'll get into that in a little bit. You don't get good early on moves for special. The best you get is Absorb and Mega Drain. But once you get Leaf Blade when you evolve, with 105 special and 120 speed, you think it's alright. But it's only 70 base power. The high crit rate is nice, but on average you're doing middling power attack. Not to mention that unless you're attacking a Whiscash or a Swampert, you're not hitting any water types in the mostly water region super effectively. Pelipper, Gyarados, Ludicolo, Tentacruel, Pokemon you see often as the most often water type Pokemon, you can't hit super effectively. Dragon Claw is nice, you can use it on the Dragon Elite 4 member, but his Pokemon have Flamethrower and Ice Beam. Sceptile struggles because a lot of points are wasted in the attack he doesn't use, is very frail, and while fast, you're only hitting neutral 70 base power moves. Sceptile doesn't work. So for a closing statement, I'm gonna say this. Hoenn is in my top 3 favorite regions. I am fond of all of these games, and even the Pokedex. A lot of the Pokemon I bashed on this list, I actually really like. Sceptile is great. I'm not gonna name like specifics. Every Pokemon on this list I like design-wise. I just hate that I can't use them in games well without knowing that I just have better options and I'm giving myself a worse time. So for all the Sceptile fans out there, which you know that there's more Sceptile fans than anyone else, sorry if I made you mad. Please don't dislike bomb this video. In fact, I would appreciate a subscription, and have a good day.